Shrouding the Heavens episode 89. Do you know when Yifan's most embarrassing moment was? It was when he and Qin Yao were being intimate, and Yan Ruyu caught them red-handed. Let's turn our attention back to the orb. Both Qin Yao and Yifan sensed something. They both knew they would see each other again after the separation, but who knew when that would be? They had considerable feelings for each other. The atmosphere deepened and became ambiguous. Qin Yao took the initiative and kissed Yifan. Yifan, not to be outdone, stole Qin Yao's kiss. But ultimately, they stood on different sides. Inside the room, the two engaged in a different kind of battle. Though it wasn't a real battle with a life-or-death struggle, it still carried considerable risk. The atmosphere between them was very intimate. They were clearly fighting, yet they were both seizing opportunities with occasional intimate contact. This unusual battle quickly developed in another direction. They were clearly fighting, yet they kept kissing. And soon, the embarrassing moment arrived. Yan Ruyu, having finished investigating the Palace of Eternal Youth, returned and saw them directly on the bed. You. Even Yifan, with his thick skin, couldn't handle it. He calmly replied, "We're discussing our life aspirations." Qin Yao was even more embarrassed. She was originally supposed to be watching over Yifan, but now she looked like she was having an affair with him. Soon, the matter was over. Yan Ruyu seemed to have found no evidence of Yifan sneaking into the Palace of Eternal Youth. They didn't become enemies. However, for Qin Yao, this matter was far from over. They fought from dusk till dawn, even destroying the palace. He Huang cried out in pain. He had been sleeping soundly, only to be bruised and battered by the collapsing palace. Because of the commotion caused by Yifan and Qin Yao, Tu Fei and others were alerted. Due to Tu Fei's fabrication, Qin Yao became very angry with Yifan. She even started chasing and trying to kill him. At this time, Yifan also wanted to take the opportunity to leave this small world. However, he was blocked by the Yao race. They blocked him like he was a thief. Although they didn't attack, they wouldn't let him leave. But the Yao elder, seeing Qin Yao so angry, wanted Yifan to leave quickly. But Qin Yao didn't want Yifan to leave. Tong Fei, standing beside them, spoke with innuendo, implying that Yifan and Qin Yao were having an affair. He didn't know that his words made Yifan want to strangle him. Can you just shut up? No one thinks you're mute. Fortunately, Yifan and the others were fast. They escaped Qin Yao's pursuit. Then they found the elder, knowing that the Yao race wanted Yifan to leave quickly. He hoped to use the elder. "Since you don't want me to stay here, send me out." But the elder changed his mind. He felt that Yifan and his companions had bullied Qin Yao. He called on several trusted Yao members who had feelings for Qin Yao to kill Yifan. They could gain Qin Yao's favor and obtain the myriad things Mother Qi. It was killing two birds with one stone. Now with such an excuse to attack, these Yao members naturally wouldn't hold back. And they were indeed interested in Qin Yao. It could be said they had two goals in mind. Tu Fei and He Huang wanted to help, but Yifan turned and left. This was the Yao race's territory. If a full-scale battle broke out, they would be at a disadvantage. Although Yifan wasn't afraid, he didn't want to cause any more trouble. He found Qin Yao again. Although Qin Yao was still a bit angry, she still helped Yifan drive those people away. "You all go back. It's not a big deal. I'll handle it myself." And she decided to talk to Yifan alone. Of course, these two did indeed have something going on. They claimed to be talking, but in reality, they engaged in some intimate acts. He Huang and Tu Fei waited outside for Yifan for a whole night. Just as they thought something had happened to Yifan and came to Qin Yao's residence again, they heard a loud rumble. The palace collapsed again. But this time, Yifan and his companions finally left the small world successfully. They prepared to go to the Yaoqi Grand Meeting. But one wave had barely subsided before another arose. Not long after leaving the Yao race's small world, He Huang keenly sensed that someone was following them. And what followed confirmed He Huang's words. 3 Yao race bronze warships appeared, blocking Yifan and his companions' path. These bronze warships were only for those within the Yao race with a powerful background. And those chasing Yifan were naturally the 3 Yao members the elder had called earlier who wanted to seize Yifan's myriad things Mother Qi, Bai Feng, Jin Yu, and Ku Ju. This time, they also brought a lot of helpers, a total of 70 or 80 people. It could be said they were determined to win. The 3 members spoke with self-righteous words. You were too presumptuous in our Yao's sacred land. You destroyed the palace provided to you by Princess Yan. You shattered Fairy Qin Yao's cave. And before leaving, you stole a secret treasure. We have to capture you. They claimed to be taking Yi Fan back to be judged fairly by the Yao elders. But in reality, they were after Yi Fan's myriad things, Mother Qi and other treasures. He Huang wasn't afraid of them. He had even intruded into the palace of eternal youth. What were these few? But from their words, Yi Fan detected a different, unusual scent. He quickly realized that it was most likely those Yao elders who were behind this. Then they most likely had some powerful tricks up their sleeves. Therefore, Yi Fan, He Huang, and Tu Fei split up and fled. As expected, the 3 Yao members paid no attention to Tu Fei and He Huang and only pursued Yi Fan's direction. Even though Yi Fan possessed the old madman's movement technique, and his current speed was unmatched in the Dao Palace realm, it couldn't compare to the bronze warships. The distance between them gradually closed. Of course, during this process, they exchanged quite a bit of banter. You guys are really going all out to kill and steal treasure, acting like mindless drones. You need to remember, we're not after your myriad things' origin route. It's you who trespassed on our territory. We have no choice but to take you. The 3 didn't want to get entangled with Yi Fan too much. They wanted to suppress him with their higher cultivation and kill him in one fell swoop. Little did they know that Yi Fan's words were just a distraction. His true purpose was to activate his tenfold battle strength state and escape in one go. After all, the opponent was at the Dao Palace 5th heavenly layer, 3 realms above him. However, after Yi Fan successfully activated it, he suddenly didn't want to leave anymore. He suddenly had a brilliant idea. The 3 warships were very close to each other. If one was damaged, the other warships would also be affected. So, with his tenfold speed, Yi Fan broke through their important blockade and summoned the Lihua Divine Furnace. The terrifying black flames from the southern ridge poured down. The 3 warships were destroyed. The bronze warship in the middle suddenly shattered. The energy it released was terrifying. The 60 or 70 Yao cultivators on the middle warship were almost all reduced to ashes. Bai Feng escaped, but also suffered serious injuries. Only Jin Yu and Ku Zhu were relatively unharmed. The others all suffered varying degrees of injury or death. The 3 Yao members lost face. They had just mocked Yi Fan, and now they were injured. They led the remaining Yao cultivators to kill Yi Fan. But without the bronze warships, with their highest cultivation being only Dao Palace 5th heavenly layer, how could they catch up to Yi Fan, who possessed the desolate holy body with endless divine power and the old madman's movement technique? Bai Feng, Jin Yu, and Ku Zhu remained silent, their faces grim as they chased after him. Without the warships, it was impossible to catch up. Yi Fan quickly left them far behind. However, Yunzhou was the territory of the Green Flood Dragon King. Yi Fan feared there might be other old monsters. Therefore, he didn't stop for a moment. He headed straight for the holy city. Finally, he chose to rest in Lizhou, which was far from Yunzhou. But in the most prosperous area of Lizhou, Yi Fan met an old acquaintance. They had spent a lot of time together in the past. Yi Fan had even saved his life. Let's continue from where we left off. After Yi Fan arrived in Lizhou, he saw Ji Ziyue again. They were close friends with a good relationship, having faced life and death together many times. But Yi Fan didn't go forward to greet her. Accompanying Ji Ziyue was her brother, the renowned god king of the eastern wastelands, Ji Haoyue. Although Yi Fan had a close personal relationship with Ji Ziyue, he had a deep grudge with the Ji family. If Haoyue saw him, he would most likely attack directly. Therefore, he didn't act rashly. However, Yi Fan remembered that he would soon go to the holy city to participate in the Yaoqi Grand Meeting. If he encountered the God King and was recognized, it would be disastrous. So he conducted an experiment. Using the change the heavens and earth technique, he approached Ji Haoyue, who didn't sense anything. This made Yi Fan breathe a sigh of relief. But what he didn't know was that Ziyue, due to her familiarity with Yi Fan, had some suspicions. But in the end, She didn't trust her feelings. Soon, Yifan also sensed something was wrong. Because in Lizhou, not only Ji Ziyue and Ji Haoyue, but even Wu Zhongtian and Yao Shi had appeared. This made Yifan think that something big must have happened there. He decided to go to the stone gambling area of the Yaoguang Holy Land. He planned to gamble on stones while gathering information. Using the source technique, Yifan quickly obtained many stones. But when choosing a very good stone, someone appeared and took it first. Yifan was furious, then surprised to find that the person was Duanda, whom he hadn't seen for a long time. He was shocked. He never expected to meet him there. Yifan became even more certain that something must have happened there. Otherwise, everyone wouldn't be gathered in this remote place, especially this damn fatty, who was elusive. Wherever he was, there must be a great opportunity. This damn fatty's background was quite significant. He had not only robbed the graves of the 5th generation, but had also been trapped in the Demon Emperor's tomb. Yet, none of these had taken his life. And through Duanda, Yifan quickly learned the reason why everyone was gathered there. It turned out that news of the 9 secrets had appeared in this area. Duanda's appearance also attracted the attention of interested parties. At this time, over a piece of stone, Yifan made a bet with Duanda. Duanda said, "If I lose, I'll tell you. This information is worth a fortune." Soon, Yashi, the holy maiden of Yaoguang, Ji Ziyue, and Ji Haoyue all gathered. Their bet also attracted everyone's attention. Ji Ziyue was a little puzzled. She kept feeling that Yifan was somehow disguised as this little Taoist priest. She had a familiar feeling. However, because Duanda had attracted their attention, this Taoist priest is not ordinary. He has targeted the Ji family's tombs. They naturally didn't pay much attention to Yifan. Of course, the bet between Yifan and Duanda was the main focus. No one could ignore the 9 secrets. But Ziyue clearly didn't want Yifan to be deceived. She directly told him the source of the news about the 9 secrets. It all started with a grave robber. Not long ago, a broken bronze bell was purchased from a weapons shop in Yu Family City. The words 9 secrets were found on it. Instantly, a fight broke out. No matter which sect, no one could remain indifferent. Even the aristocratic families of the desolate wastelands were vying for it. And after repairing the ancient bell, they also found more than 100 ancient characters on it. A sentence on it mentioned that their family inheritance contained one of the 9 secrets. Although Duanda had deceived Yifan, he did know some information. Many years ago, Gai Jiuyo had come there looking for the 9 secrets. He was an invincible figure 8,000 years ago. This suggested that the rumor of the 9 secrets in Lizhou was likely true. Although Gai Jiuyo didn't find the 9 secrets, he did leave a valuable clue. 15,000 years ago, there was a very low-key ancient family there. The 9 secrets were in their hands. Finally, Yifan and the others formed an alliance. They prepared to rob the tomb together to search for the 9 secrets. And the news gradually spread there. Even the intelligent young Lord Pangbo and the descendants of the 13 great bandits came there. On the outskirts of Lizhou, many figures were already hidden in those burial grounds. But Duanda said there was no need to worry. After all, over 15,000 years, Lizhou had undergone many changes. There were many places in the burial grounds they couldn't find. Then, Duanda led everyone through the area as if searching for something. After 5 days, Duanda shouted, "Found it." But in front of him was a desolate plain. There was nothing there. At this time, everyone thought that the fat Taoist priest was playing a trick on them. He wanted everyone to work together to help him turn over all the surrounding land. At this moment, other people gradually arrived in this area. Duanda frowned. Not good. The 9 secrets truly shake the world. Many experts in tomb raiding have been invited. Otherwise, it would be impossible to find this place. Only then did everyone decide to trust Duanda again. Now they had dug 54 spots. Others had dug 27 spots. Eliminating 9 large tombs, if nothing unexpected happened, the burial grounds of that ancient family were very likely among these. As more and more people arrived, even the peaceful Yaoqi Holy Land participated. The younger generation of all major holy lands gathered there. Besides tomb raiding, These holy lands also had their own goals, to have the younger generation engage in a true showdown to see who was truly stronger. Besides the Ji family, Yao Guang, and Yao Qi, other holy lands were also on their way. The descendants of the 13 great bandits had all arrived. And the battle for the 9 secrets would likely begin among these people first. Ji Haoyue, at this time, was already prepared for battle. He emanated an unparalleled battle aura. On the other side, the holy son of Yao Guang was like a sun god. In the distance, the golden-winged rock let out a long cry, with an air of supremacy. It could be said that the eastern wastelands had once again ushered in a golden age. However, Yi Fan believed that everything was superficial. Finding the 9 secrets was the most important thing now. And Duanda and the others continued to dig. After Ji Haoyue occupied an area, they discovered something unusual about this place. The terrain rose gradually in steps. It was the famous silver dragon coiling to heaven, treasured land in the world of tombs. Those who could enter this tomb mostly had extraordinary backgrounds. After digging down more than 300 meters, everyone was scared back to the surface by a wave of yin qi. Even as cultivators, they were trembling from the cold. This was why Duanda said, "There must be something terrible down there, and it must have become a demon." And there are many of them. Because of the commotion caused by their group, it attracted the attention of the surrounding cultivators. Everyone instantly surrounded the place. In just a moment, thousands of yin spirits rushed out from below. It was terrifying, a large, dark mass. At this time, a young Taoist priestess slowly spoke. "The boundless heavens," she chanted, purifying the thousands of yin spirits with celestial sounds. She transformed the yin spirits into mist. This was the little Taoist nun from the Daoi Holy Land. Her power was astonishing. At this time, Duanda sensed again that there seemed to be something insurmountable below. His prediction was correct. Suddenly, a golden bone chariot flew over. The people from the Great Yan Holy Land had made their move. They directly split open the earth below. The mysterious tomb was about to be revealed to the world. Below was a giant underground palace, like an ancient city. However, wisps of black mist were drifting out from the gate. The golden-winged rock was the first to move. Wielding the great wasteland halberd, he directly cracked the gate of the underground palace. It was hard to imagine how strong his battle prowess truly was. At this time, the cultivators above hurriedly shouted, "Not good. Don't let the Yao race obtain the human race's 9 secrets." Everyone immediately sprang into action and charged into the underground palace. If everyone knew that Yi Fan possessed the 9 secrets, what would their reaction be? Follow for more. See you next time.